everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Noble, and in today's video, I'm excited to bring you the first of many in a weekly series. It's SWTOR PvP basics and tactics. So we are going to be going over a variety of topics here on the channel, from positioning to how to fight and win your duels versus most any other class. This is going to be for beginners and intermediate players. If you want to see more advanced stuff, I can also make content for that as well. But this is for people who are getting into PvP, or say you have been playing PvP for a while and are dying all the time to various classes and situations, and my job here is to help you get through those situations on the other side, making sure you come out on top. Guys, if this is something you find enjoyable and helpful, don't forget guys, smash that like button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss a single one of these videos in this series. It's going to be really fun, really excited to work on this with you guys, and just to help you guys get better at PvP and make sure that you are having fun in your games instead of dying all the time. This is a regular Warzone that you're going to be seeing on the screen. It's a regular 4v4 arena. They have a tank and a healer. We have 3 DPS and a healer. So it's I felt like it was a pretty good example. So let's just start though by covering a little bit of the basics. So we're playing range, is what we're going to talk about today. So range is sniper, mercenary, gunslinger, sage, sork, all of those. Anything that has that 30 meter or 35 meter range, that is where you want to fight at. You do not want to fight any closer than you have to. That is what I see a lot of people struggling with all the time, is making the good decision to stay away. You see snipers and all other sorts of ranged, characters like a sage, like a sword, getting into the middle of things with no need to, because your abilities have the range of 30 meters. So this fight is starting. What's the first thing that you notice? So I'll hit pause. It's a little bit of a bad spot to hit pause because you can't really see the other people behind the scoreboard. The only person that's really close to me is the other sage, who also is fighting at 30 meters. So it's important to have a little note here that when you're fighting someone who has the exact same range as you do, that's when you would want to typically LOS, but in this specific situation, there's not really a need to LOS the sage. He's not really paying attention to me, that's fine, but I'll hit play again, so hopefully we get other things in the frame where you can just see how far I am away from the group. So this is a great shot right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Everyone is here fighting the commando, who will die soon, and then the other, teammates that I have. I'm so far away from everyone else. I am very much so safe here. My phase walk is behind me. I am good to go. I have a get out of jail free card and force barrier if I need to. I don't end up using the force barrier at all in this game. I just didn't need it. So this is perfect, guys. This is the kind of range you want to be from if you are playing a sniper, a sage, or a mercenary or something. If you're playing Arsenal or whatever, you need to be this far away, or if not farther. I'm only 16 meters away from the operative, and I'm probably about 28 meters away from the assassin tank. So this is pretty ideal, pretty good. Now, obviously, there are situations where you might not be able to be 30 meters away, and we'll get to that in a little bit. I'll let the game play out here just so you guys can see where I position myself at all times. The sage is behind me, use the bubble, not really worried about that. Our medic goes down, no big deal, but again, I'm staying pretty far away. I get really confident in these games, so I wasn't as far away as I could have been because I really felt that we were gonna kill them, so I wasn't too worried about that at all. But this is something right here. We're gonna kill the medic here soon, and I'm sitting kind of in the middle of things. That's something you really want to do, but we kill the medic here pretty much, and what ends up happening is the sin ends up getting really low, and I keep trying to escape here. I end up not doing so I just stay within 10 meters just in case I need to peel for a teammate a little quicker. So here's something really important. These two Sins are low. The DPS Sin is going to try to leave to heal. This is where it's okay to just get close and personal, because you don't want him getting out of combat and regenning or stealthing out and going to heal. So I come up really close. I don't know what I was doing with my movement there. I haven't played my Sage in a little bit, but I end up getting super close and personal with him, right? And we end up securing the kill in like 10 more seconds. That is an example where it's okay to be close. Same if you're a sniper and you're chasing someone and you know it's down. Like if you know your follow through is going to kill them, then by all means chase him down, kill him. But so many people, like a good example of like sniper positioning and Sage positioning is in Ancient Hypergate. So once you're inside, you're in the middle, get up on the tops of each side. You are within range of most everyone. You're going to be in range, at least with someone that's 30 meters from there. Like obviously you're not going to be able to hit someone across the room there, but you will be way out of range of anyone else, and by the time they realize where it's coming from, you've dealt significant damage, and by the time they get to you, you will have probably killed them, or they would have died trying to get to you because they're so low. That is something that's really important. So remember that when it comes to, you know, people turning on you if you're like a range class, if you're fighting a melee character who has to, you know, gap close. Now right here I'm fighting the Sage 1v1. Wasn't really a need to stay close and personal. It's just us two. There wouldn't be a need to stay far away. We wouldn't need to play the LOS game. I am very much so going to win this fight. He prematurely bubbles. I mean, maybe not. I wasn't really looking at his DCDs, but he wants to bubble. Great. I lift him just because I'm waiting for the heal barrier thing to go down before I start attacking him again. But that's not really what I want to talk about. Like, I don't really want to talk about skills and stuff here. This is mainly just where you're placing yourself in a fight that actually works and makes sense for you. Because there are two main reasons why players die with range classes. They get caught in melee range, or they don't have a good defensive strategy. Well, I guess there's three. They all get focused immediately and get chased no matter what. That happens more so in ranked. It doesn't really happen a lot in most reg games, so I wouldn't really worry about that a lot unless someone knows who you are and they're like, we have to focus them, we have to kill them, or else we won't be able to win the round. That's a totally different thing that we can talk about another time. But that's the key, right? It's not that complicated, but I don't see a lot of people doing it, or maybe like a lot of newer players, or maybe just non-experienced players. I'm kind of giving call-outs and some general like guidance here, and the team follows it super well, and that's all great, but we'll get into that in another video. But I hope you guys can see the value of staying away, because the only thing that makes a Sage so good is you can do damage on the fly. Like you can move in like a 30-meter radius and still be able to put out damage. The only time you're stopping is if you spec differently, like Turbulence. I don't have it while moving. I used to run it, but I was dying all the time, so I changed. I'm a little bit more tankier, so I have to stay still with casting Turbulence. But if you're a mercenary, a gunnery commando or something, you can do all your damage on the fly. There's no reason for you to sit around and let people damage you. You can LOS, come back out, fire a tracer missile, LOS again. It really comes down to knowing what area you have at your disposal, whether it's natural cover or just playing around, you know, certain elements of whatever map you're playing on. That's going to keep you alive, that kind of game sense. So the next time you are jumping into a war zone as a ranged, take a look around you. So I'll just pause it to show you guys what I'm talking about. So say you're playing a match here on Corellia Square, right? I'm waiting for the camera. Okay, I'll stop it right here. So say you're playing here and you're a Sage and you're fighting on this side. What would be a good place for you to hang out probably? If the fight's happening here, you could move over to box right here and LOS here. That keeps you relatively safe. People won't come after you unless they just like really need to focus you, and if they're gonna come towards you, you can easily get out of this area, head right up the stairs, and slow them with force slow, or stun them, keep them back, you're gonna always be moving as a Sage, and that's also good. Same for a Sniper. You can LOS around this box. We'll also talk about LOSing when it comes to like the power tech, but we'll get to that in later videos. These are great places for ranged characters to hang out at. You have an LOS spot, you're not gonna take damage, and you have natural cover, and you know where people can peel for you. It's a great spot to set up in. But guys, that's gonna wrap it up pretty much for positioning. What do you think? Has this helped you in your game sense and awareness? This is something that I see, you know, like a lot of like the pros do. A lot of great people have taught me this, and I run with a lot of people who know these concepts and execute them perfectly, and they are going to help you in your games. You're going to stand out a lot when you're playing other people in regular Warzone games. They're not going to know what hit them. So I hope you guys got some value out of this. If you did, put a like on the video, comment below what kind of PvP tips and tactics do you want to see. If you have specific questions you want to ask, put it in the comment section and I will be answering them. I try to answer comments for the first like week as much as possible. So if you have questions, let me know. I will definitely respond. But guys, thank you so much for watching. My name is Noble, and I'll see you guys right back here next Sunday for more SWTOR PvP tips, tricks, basics, and all the fun stuff. Peace, guys.